my name is Glenna Bailey, and I completed Valerie Young's Creative Career Certification Program. Before that, I had a lot of ideas and a lot of brainstorming abilities, and I really didn't know what to do with it. I was the kind of person that had about 10 different ideas one day, and then the next day I'd have 10 different new ideas, and so I was looking for kind of a structure to put those ideas into that would allow me to actually do something with them.
I had followed Valerie for a couple of years. I had done a consult with her previously, and I just knew that I would get good quality information, and I followed the way she marketed things. So I knew I was going to get something more holistic than just how to be a career, out-of-the-box career coach. I was going to get out-of-the-box career coaching plus how to run my business.
I guess because I've been following her newsletter and the amount of content and the materials and everything that was going to be comprehensive in the program was something I was very interested in.
My name is Ken Robert, and I live in Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and I've been looking at a lot of coaching programs. I thought about coaching for a long time, read a lot of books by career coaches, and always thought I want to do what this person does, but I never signed on the dotted line. And then I came across Valerie's changingcourse.com, and I read about what she does, and it was more in line with the kind of coaching I wanted to do, more brainstorming, creative type coaching, taking people through a creative process. And so when she offered her course, I think it took me about 5 minutes to pull out my wallet and go online and sign up for the course. I was probably number 2 or 3 on the list that signed up. So
I joined the Creative Career Consultant Certification Program because Barbara Winter told me I should. I came to this workshop last year, which was the Friday of this workshop, ironically, was my last day of corporate employment for an international corporation. Everybody celebrated my freedom with me. I came here to develop a concept for an aging in place design business. But before I left over the weekend, Barbara said to me, "You should think about doing what I do." So for the next 2 months I thought about that, and I called her and said, "But Barbara, I already have this other business started. I don't think I can do both of them." And she said, "Of course you can, dear." And so I signed up for Valerie's program and took the program last fall, and I launched my website in January.
Well, I signed up for the career certification program was because I was researching different career options, and I found out that my problem was I like too many things and very much I have a lot of interests. And then I realized since I like a lot of different careers, why didn't I just start writing about them? Because I like doing different, just doing research and whatever. So I thought this would be a great opportunity.
It's always been a natural fit, and I've always been a massive idea generator. And so in sitting and talking with Valerie and Barbara at last year's Work at What You Love workshop, it just really became incredibly clear that I needed to do something like that. Magically, the certification program appeared, and so it was a complete fit. And I also saw so many different things that I could do with the certification program besides just the one consultation thing, and I could fit it into the other businesses that I have both online and offline, and it really became a diverse tool that I'm going to incorporate in many different things that I do.
Give us an example of that.
I'm going to use it I have an eBay business, and it's a part-time business because it's one of my small profit streams, and what I'm also doing is taking that and turning it into yet another profit stream by teaching people how to sell on eBay and about eBay. So one of the things I'm going to offer in that is the opportunity to consult, because a lot of people not just want to take a class, but they want to do consulting on a one-on-one. So I'm going to take the pieces of the certification program because it is a creative way to make money without having a job, and I'll incorporate some of the pieces of the certification program that I learned in that. I'm also going to run success teams, and so there's a lot of the pieces that you can use from the consultation, but in a much larger sense that it's a small group now and not just one-on-one.
Yeah.
And that's another way I'm going to use pieces of the certification program. There's just an incredible amount of ways to use it. It's not just, okay, I'm going to fit into this one little thing.
Right.
That doesn't work for me either. So.
Right. Well, no, actually everybody has really customized it for their own interests and niche. So that's awesome,
the beauty
I think.
of it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it.
What did you think of the content and materials that you received?
To say Valerie is generous would be understatement, doesn't even describe it really. I was really astounded at the amount of materials, resources, and generosity with her time and her willingness to share. And I've been doing a lot of stuff, and that is not always the case, but with Valerie it's more than the case. So
what was your favorite part?
what was my favorite part? I think my favorite part was the teleclass piece where we got to interact with her as well as with each other. And out of that spawned relationships that we've kept going in our own personal dream team, success team. And it's kind of two pieces that are my favorite, but one kind of led out of the other. So
Everything Valerie does is fantastic. I mean, she's just a class act all the way. So materials were great, the support was great. I always felt like I could email her or call her whenever I needed to. Having that team structure with the group was also wonderful support, and that also led me later on to get into a success group with those other members. So
That's great.
You know, I listened to the CDs. I had a job where I drove while I was taking this course, so I'd take those CDs along and listen to Making Dreams Happen and all those things, and was reading the books and going through Valerie's books. And then the courses and the process that she taught us to use to help people work through how to find the ideas for the business they want to start. And I forget how powerful that process is sometimes, because now when I go back and use it myself again when I'm working through what I want to do next with my business, I'm like, oh yeah, that. But when I worked with clients with it, I realized how effective that process was. And you know, we all do different things and make it our own, but
There's a lot of great material in there to learning about your ideal life. And a lot of people want to help others, and it's a great program. And I would definitely recommend it, and I would say look through the material and see if that's for you. It's not a traditional career consulting program, so if you're looking for that, this is probably not the program for you, because it definitely is outside of the parameters of that, and it's a very creative and fun process.
You know what? I guess I would say to Valerie, thank you, because I just feel so good now. I mean, I danced around this whole coaching thing for years, like for 4 years. I didn't know what I was going to do, wasn't sure I could, and I think for me, Valerie just opened up that door, like it's possible, and you know, people will pay me money to do this, and I can do this. You know what?
You kind of found your own inner genius.
I found my own inner genius, and it's just, you know, there's people in your life that you run into that are just, they're so significant because they just, you know what, they create a turning point for you, and Valerie was one of them, so thank you.
I think it's interesting that of the people who took the course last year, none of us have a business that's modeled exactly like Valerie's.
Right.
We each have made our programs very distinctively our own, and they're different enough that several of us are considering collaborating together to do workshops like this or something.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
So if you could say one thing to Valerie and Barbara, since they put you on this track, what would it be?
Oh, thank you for handing me the best retirement present I could have.
That's great. Anything else you can think of?
Just that I think everybody, it's been said many times in the last 2 days in many ways, but I think the greatest joy any one of us can have is to really look into your heart and soul and find what you care about, what you love, what you are passionate about, and share it with the world. And there's nothing better that you could do.
So